Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Carlos Wade. This is Carlos Wade Music, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you're an OG, what's up? It's good to see you again. I've missed you. Today, we're doing episode 2 of my singing lessons. If you haven't seen episode 1, go and check it out right now. It's actually pretty cool, and for free, I got some pretty decent stuff out of it. If you're following along with me, hopefully you learned something from that, and hopefully you're just as excited as I am for episode number 2. I have no idea what to expect, and I think that's something that's very exciting. Episode 1 was very unexpected, very pleasantly unexpected, and I just hope episode 2 is the exact same thing. This one's called What You Didn't Know About Your Speaking Voice. So take that for what it's worth. It sounds like we use muscles to sing, the same muscles to sing as we do speaking, and maybe we're going to focus on those muscles and how to, I guess, maybe train them, exercise them, work them out, make them more efficient so that when we sing, we know how to engage them. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but we'll see. Enough yapping, let's get to it. Okay, so they're doing actor 1, actor 2. So they're basically reading lines like out of a script. He's reading actor 1, I'll read actor 2, and he said, I would never do that. So let's rewind a little bit. This purpose right now, I don't know if it's today's purpose, but this purpose currently is to use your speaking voice very extra, right? So like, unless you're very monotone or unless you are monotone, you use words and you make phrases and sentences and things with expressiveness. So like me, I'm not a boring person. I'm super cool. So I have lots of different thingamabobs going on. You know what I mean? Expressiveness. I would never do that. Ever. You crazy? That hurt. That hurt. Crazy. Oh, I'm excited. Basically, I can talk in a high-pitched kind of voice because anything that kind of excites me gets it up there. But then as soon as I start singing, I'm like, dude, there's no way I can even sing that high. But you can when you speak. So we're going to, I guess, learn how to adjust that to singing. How to apply it, I should say, to singing. Man, I'm about to be the next Miles Kennedy up in here. Oh, you might be right. Hey. You might. might. Okay. I stepped on my own hands, and it hurt. God, I'm such a good singer. Well, I would never do that. Never. Miles Kennedy, if you're watching, I'm coming for you. So whenever they say it hurt, there's like a breathy hurt, which is how you want to express how bad it hurt. Where you put like 4 H's in front of it. It hurt. Maybe that can be applied to singing too, like a breathy hurt. It hurt. It hurt. Golly, it hurt. It hurt. It hurt. I'm glad my voice cracked there because my voice cracked, and he said that that's gonna happen as I like discover it hurt. I go from like chest to head, right? It's like a head voice. Is that right? It hurt. His guitar's out of tune. It's bugging me. I stepped on my own hand. Yeah, it hurt. I stepped on my own hands. It hurt. It's like anytime I talk to people at work, I'm going to start singing it. He needs to get a tuner. His guitar's out of tune. He needs to get a tuner. And it's out of tune. It's out of tune. So, like I said in the very first episode, I can carry a tune in the a tune in the bucket. I just want to know theory. Essentially, I want to know theory behind vocals. I don't know if there's such a thing, like if it's the same type of theory or the same concept when it comes to the guitar. But I want to practice this vocal instrument the same way I would practice the guitar. And I know nothing of vocals to be able to be like, you know what, today I'm going to practice this, and this is my goal for the 30, 45 minutes that I'm practicing. Whereas with the guitar, I can sit down and say, you know what, for example, I want to learn how to sweep pick. So we're going to start with this 30, 45 minutes, and then this is lesson 1. And I know what I'm doing when it comes to the guitar, even though I know it doesn't sound like it. Up here, I know. Here, not so much. But I know what I want to do when it comes to guitar. When it comes to singing, I have no idea. But whenever I have instruction and direction and coaching, I can get there. I can do it. I just need to learn. Which is why we're on episode 2. So I have a question. Why are we sticking with this key? Is it because what they said earlier where they're comfortable in that key together? I know you can shift keys with that, and I guess the way they were speaking through it, it just kind of landed in that key because F is in the key of A technically. But is that why? Because I want to know my range, and I don't know my range. And I kind of don't want to do this alone. I want to have guidance and direction, so that way if I start to kind of veer off and do something wrong, I want to be able to be corrected. So if anybody knows any tricks on how to figure out my range for me personally, then let me know in the comments down below. I know I always joke about like, oh, I'm coming for you, Miles Kennedy, stuff like that. Miles Kennedy's obviously not human, so that's just not possible. But I want to know my range that way, so anytime I write and record songs, I know where my pocket's at. Know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. A narrative musical, yes. I would never do that. You might if you had long arms. Oh, if your arms are super long. Oh, yeah. You might be right. Hey, there we go. I hate to interrupt in the middle of this awesome song. So I have a question then. Chris, hopefully you're watching this episode 2. Hopefully I grabbed you in episode 1. Anybody else watching, if you know the answer to this question, please comment down below. But I have a question. Does this mean that if I pick a chord progression, write down some basic lyrics, very basic lyrics, and start to speak it, how do I find that note? Is that just where ear training comes in? Do I need to know where my pitch is with my voice in relation to the guitar? Because I have very bad hearing. Quick story about me. I've been in the military for 13 years. Shoot guns literally all the time. 40% hearing left in this ear, 60% left in this ear. So I don't always trust my ears. So is that what you have to do? You have to know your pitch by ear in relation to the guitar, and do you like feel vibration? Like is that what needs to happen? Because I can find my key. I can sing House of the Rising Sun. I can sing Wanted Dead or Alive, not the high parts. Although now I'm kind of curious. But is that how you do this? Do I just make basic lyrics, find a key that I'm comfortable with, and then expand on that key? So like if I don't even know the theory on it. Let's say I hit an A note and I go an octave higher, even though it's still an A, it's octave higher. Do I experiment with that? Is that kind of how that works? Or like an octave lower? Let me know in the comments down below if you know the answer to that question. I would love to know. Chris, I'm about to give you a lot of money, dude. I stepped on my own hands. So if you want to see me do this exercise on my own, where I write lyrics, find a chord progression, and speak it, and see if I can turn it into a musical type of speaking, basically what they just did, let me know in the comments down below, because I think that would be good homework for myself if I just kind of take that, apply it to myself and my own surroundings, and kind of see where that goes. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you would like to see. I'm going to do it regardless, so just give me a thumbs up in the comments or something like that. As a matter of fact, let me write that down. Make basic lyrics, find chord progression. So make basic lyrics, find chord progression, and then what? Speak until it becomes a speaking musical. I should remember what that means when I read it out loud. So we'll do 2 lines. Actually, we'll do 4 just because of chord progression's sake. Let me write that down. 4 lines for chord progression's sake. So I'll know what that means. Okay. Cool. Onward. That's what I learned. That's what I want to learn. Make a melody. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. I said that. Chris, take my money. Ah, so lesson 3 will be melody. Hey, if you guys like this kind of stuff, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Are you following along? Did you get anything from this? And if you are, what did you learn? I would love to know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for checking out this video and being on my musical journey with me. Stay tuned for episode 3. And also keep your eyes open for whenever I make some basic lyrics with a chord progression and I speak to you. It's going to be like slam poetry. Like Julia Roberts. Julia Rob Hurts. See you in the next one. Peace.